Matthew 9. And he entered into a boat and crossed over and came into his own city. And they brought to him a paralyzed man lying on a bed. And Jesus, seeing their faith, said to the paralyzed man, Son, be of good courage, your sins are forgiven. And certain of the scribes said within themselves, This man blasphemes. And Jesus, knowing their thoughts, said, Why do you think evil in your hearts? For which is easier to say, Your sins are forgiven, or arise and walk? But so you may know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins, he then said to the paralytic, Arise, take up your bed, and go to your house. And he arose and departed to his house. But when the crowd saw it, they were afraid and glorified God, who had given such authority to men. And as Jesus left there, he saw a man called Mathew sitting at the tax office, and he said to him, Follow me. And he arose and followed him. And it came to pass, as he sat eating in the house, many tax collectors and sinners came and sat down with Jesus and his disciples. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said to the disciples, Why does your teacher eat with the tax collectors and sinners? But when he heard it, he said, They are sick, need a doctor, not they are healthy. Go and learn what this means. I desire mercy and not sacrifice. I come not to call the righteous, but sinners. Then the disciples of John came to him, saying, Why do we and the Pharisees often fast, but your disciples do not fast? And Jesus said to them, Can the sons of the bride chamber mourn while the bridegroom is with them? But the day will come when the bridegroom shall be taken away from them, and then they will fast. No one puts a piece of unshrunk cloth onto an old garment, for the patch tears away from the garment, and a worse tear is made. Neither do men pour new wine into old wineskins. If they do, the skins will burst, the wine will run out, and the wineskins will be ruined. No, they pour new wine into new wineskins, and both are preserved. While he spoke these things to them, a ruler came and knelt before him, saying, My daughter is even now dead, but come and lay your hand upon her, that she shall live. And Jesus rose and followed him, and as did his disciples. And a woman who had an issue of blood for 12 years came behind him and touched the border of his garment. For she said within herself, If I only touch this garment, I shall be healed. But Jesus, turning and seeing her, said, Daughter, be of good courage, your faith has healed you. And the woman was healed at that moment. And when Jesus came into the ruler's house and saw the flute players and the crowd making a tumult, he said, Leave, for this girl is not dead, but sleeps. And they laughed at him in scorn. But when the crowd had been put outside, he entered in and took her by the hand, and the little girl arose. And the fame thereof went into all the land. And as Jesus passed on from there, 2 blind men followed him, crying out and saying, Have mercy on us, Son of David. And when he had arrived into the house, the blind men came to him, and Jesus said to them, Do you believe that I am able to do this? They say to him, Yes, Lord. Then he touched their eyes, saying, According to your faith be it done to you. And their eyes were opened, and Jesus strictly ordered them, saying, See that no one knows it. But they went and spread abroad his fame in all the land. And as they were leaving, a dumb man who was possessed with a demon was brought to him. And when the demon was cast out, the dumb man spoke, and the crowd marveled, saying, Such a thing has never been seen in Israel. But the Pharisees said, By the prince of demons he cast out demons. And Jesus went about all the cities and the villages, teaching in their synagogues, and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all manner of disease and all manner of sickness. But when he saw the crowds, he was moved with compassion for them, because they were distressed and scattered, as sheep not having a shepherd. Then said he to his disciples, The harvest indeed is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, ask the Lord of the harvest to send out workers into his harvest.